Hello, kings and queens. It's your girl, Michelle. Bella's you. Bella in French is beautiful, so beautiful is you. And I want to welcome you to my channel. To all my new subscribers, I'm so happy to have you a part of this family. And I'm so happy to be here. You never know when your day is going to come, so every day is extremely precious. I thank you for all of your patience, for everyone that has been supporting me along this journey to share all of my information that I can with you. And let's just get straight into the video. So I wanted to be able to talk to you today about high value claims, which I am not going to say that I penned that. That was actually from VA Claims Insider. Shout out to VA Claims Insiders for actually penning that for high value claims. So there are high value claims that I did receive, and they can go up to certain percentages, but I wanted to break something down really quickly. And I've said it in a few of my other videos, but I wanted to reiterate it because it is extremely important that you understand that your body is connected from head to toe, inside and out. And just basic human anatomy, there are over 200 bones in your body. There are over 4,000 tendons in your body, and there are over 600 muscles in your body. So, having said that, your body, every single one of those tendons, bones, and muscles are connected. So, your body isn't a simple base, it is extremely vast and complicated. And scientists who have went to school and doctors who have went to school for this are still learning about new things inside and outside of your body. So when you go to make a claim, or you've made a claim, do not be afraid, because at the end of the day, no one knows how you're feeling. Nobody knows what you're going through. Nobody knows the pain or the struggle or the issues that have hurt you or restricted you or has caused you trauma. And you have every right to make that claim when it involves that you were active duty or while you were on duty and you were serving this wonderful country. You have every right to make a claim. A lot of people don't understand that this is a right that we have to make those claims. Every part of your body every part of your body matters. When you make a claim and it is acknowledged by the VA, that is how you're able to go and treat that. If you do not make the claim and you don't get any assistance with your issues that you're having, then you can't go and get the help that you need. And you matter. I'm telling you now, you matter. If nobody ever told you, you matter. How you feel matters. So please, please, please go seek help. Go get the because I'm having a brain fart, but I get so passionate sometimes. But please go and claim anything that may be hurting you or harming you in any way that is pertaining to issues that you may have had while you were on active duty, because nobody's going to take care of you like you take care of you. So with that being said, I'm going to tell you about the high value claims that I have on my my VA disability, and if some of them I'll give a little definition on them, because some people will want to know, and I want to make sure I give you valuable information in this video. Okay, so going straight into it, the first high value claim is migraines. Migraines, they vary differently for different people, but for me specifically, because this is my experience that I'm sharing with you, migraines have been a terror. I mean, if you have migraines like I have migraines practically every single day, and mine don't go away. Mine kind of like maybe settle down a little bit, but then most of the time they're like at a high intense peak, where a lot of times I have to literally be in my room with the door closed. It can't be any noise. It can't be any, lights on me or anything of that sort. And it's really agonizing, and it can really hinder you from taking care of your responsibilities. I have a son, and it can be extremely restrictive for me, allowing me to do things that I really need to do because I'm in so much pain that I can't do anything. So for migraines, you can get, the max that you can get for migraines is 50%. And so if you are having any symptoms of, headaches, pain of that sort, and it's lasting for long periods of time, the key word is prostrating you. That's what the term that the VA uses. If it's prostrating you, please go look that up. But I know that's what it says. If it does that to you, please, please, please make a claim for it. Especially if it was during your time. Anything that I say is all during your time while you were in the military, because at the end of the day, if it wasn't during that time frame, you will not get it. Okay, and it has to be some form of documentation. And the documentation that you do need to have, oh, by the way, I will be looking down because I want to make sure I give you the proper information. But the factors that you need to have is you need to have a diagnosis while you were in the military, some form of diagnosis while you were in the military. It also needs to be written down on how it has affected you while you were in the military, and how it has caused you issues in the military, and how it's affecting you now. Okay, those are really, really huge factors that needs. If it doesn't have documentation, the VA will not acknowledge it, period. And when I used to have pains like that, oh, listen, I went to the doctor as much as I could. And being security forces, it was a little challenging at times, so I had to go on my days off. When I did have a day off, I would have to go on that time because my job was so demanding. And if you're security forces, shout out to you, because you know the struggle. So my second half value claim is PTSD. Now, there's two forms of PTSD. There's combat PTSD and there's non-combat PTSD. Now, this is a very, very sensitive topic, so I'm not gonna, go too far into it. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a scientist, but I don't diagnose people or anything that sort. And I don't want to speak too much personally about my own, but mine was non-combat. And it can affect you in more ways than one. So PTSD is very serious because it has to do a lot with the anxiety, depression, and just all of the traumatic events that may have happened. You have to have some form of triggers. So if you were in combat and you come back home, there are going to be triggers that happen to you, things that may seem harmless to somebody else that may affect you and cause you to have that. In non-combat, there's things that could have happened to you while you were serving this beautiful country, and it affected you in more ways than one. And there's triggers that ignite. And again, it could be someone doing something harmless or saying something harmless, and it triggers you. So if you have those triggers, then most likely you have PTSD. And I would tell you, please, 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 because it is very serious. So many people, especially our sisters and brothers in the military, are ending their lives, and it's very, very serious. It's very heartbreaking, and it's very sad that they feel like that's the only way. So please, I beg you, please go get help. Please seek help. You matter. What you do matter. Where you are matters. You as a human being, you matter. You are enough, okay? And there's help out there. Please go seek it, okay? The third high value claim is sleep apnea. Now, sleep apnea, for all my fellow vets out there, the struggle is really real, especially at the fact that we work all different types of hours, times of days. Your shifts get changed. You work long period of hours with short amounts of rest, so your body can't acclimate or get used to anything because you're constantly changing. And specifically on my own story, I alternated from multiple different shifts, and it could be changed at the drop of a dime, and I just had to adjust and move on. The mission comes first. So it is very, very challenging to have those issues. And sleep apnea is one of the highest. Oh, I forgot to say, for PTSD, it can go up to 100%, and that is extremely severe, but on average, it's about 50 to 70% that people normally get that average VA rate when it comes to PTSD. So when sleep apnea, as of right now, it's normally, if you go to the doctor while you're active duty, or within that time, or within that 12-month period after you've left the military. If you go to the doctor and you get a sleep study completed, the doctor will be able to diagnose you with what you have, and then that information you can take to the VA. But if you haven't, or they give you a sleep diagnosis for, if you claim it, and the VA gives you a sleep diagnosis, then that's also how you can get those results. And immediately, if you have to get a sleep app machine, it's immediately 50%, and you can go, and it goes up to 100% when it comes to sleep apnea, but on average, it's about 50% that people normally get. I know that they're trying to change certain things when it comes to sleep apnea, tendinitis, and I can't remember the other one, but there's 3 that earlier this year they were discussing on changing, and I will get back with you with that information on whether they have or whether they're going to implement that, and I promise I'll get back with you on that. But as of right now, it is where if you do get diagnosed with sleep apnea, depending on the severity of it, you will immediately get 50%, and then based on the severity of it, it can go up to 800% for that claim. The next one that I have is chronic fatigue syndrome. So chronic fatigue syndrome is having, in basic words, profound sleepiness. And I'm not talking about, you woke up and you're just a little bit tired, you didn't get that many hours of sleep, and it's just one of those days. No, I'm talking about you are exhausted all the time. You're exhausted. You could sleep a full 8 hours, 7 to 8 hours as recommended, by the Sleep Society, and still be beyond exhausted. It's like you never slept the whole night, and you have this sense of like it's never going to end, and you feel like you can't even do daily things on a daily basis. That's pretty much a summary of what chronic fatigue syndrome is. And if you research it, no offense to the men, but mostly women have it. But it's not to say that men don't have it, because they do have it. I'm just saying that studies have been shown that women do have it a lot more than men, but men do have it. Okay, so I don't want y'all to get offended, but I'm just letting you know what the study has stated. And so with that, that claim goes up to 60% when it comes to chronic fatigue syndrome. And so the next one is chronic sinusitis. Now, chronic sinusitis is when, because I want to make sure that I get this right, it is when you get an infection, and some sort of infection um, in your sinuses, that causes a swelling and causes pain. So this pain goes from your sinus, your eyes. It's like all in this area. It swells up in your eyes, your nose, your like under your eyes, like this whole area it affects. And makeup does wonders. Makeup does amazing things, okay? Like, if you've ever seen people have no makeup on and then put makeup on, the struggle is real. But I look the same for the most part. But still, the swelling and the pain that you have right here, it if you've never had it, then I don't really know how to describe it to you, but it's a pain of, it feels like a headache. It feels like a headache, but it's so bad that you can hardly open your eyes, and it swells up. You have swelling within and outside of you. So that's chronic sinusitis. So I'll make sure I say that correctly. Chronic sinusitis, and that goes up to 50%. So did I give you all of them? I do believe I gave you all of the high value claims that I received and that you could possibly claim. So if you have any of these symptoms, please, please, please go get checked. Please do not be afraid to make a claim on yourself. I do have a lot of questions that people ask about how is it that you're able to make all of those claims. Like, again, as I'll reiterate it, your body, your whole body is connected, and you have to make and they break it down. The VA breaks your body down, okay? And when they break it down, because they know that it's a vehicle, you know. If one thing is hurting you, it will affect the whole vehicle. You know, if it doesn't run smoothly, use your body as a vehicle. It's broken down, and they make sure that every claim that you are making, it is pertaining to what has happened to you while you were serving. And so when I made my claims, again, I'll reiterate it, I was security forces, military police officer. You know, I've had to carry a lot of things. I've had to do a lot of things. We were one of the AFSCs, which positions in the military that were extremely necessary. And so we had to train all the time. We had to wear weapons all the time. We had to have our Lord, I'm having brain farts today. But we had to have our gear on consistently, and that was 30 plus pounds apart from having our own weight on us. We had to always be alert. We always had to just, you know, mission comes first. We had to deal with certain hours, times, long periods of times away from our families. We had to deal with a lot of things apart from politics and everything else that comes with it that no one else speaks about, things that people don't even discuss that happens in the military. And so it can weigh on you. It can have a toll on your body. You will definitely not come back out the way that you came in, okay? Years, okay? And on top of the years that as you're getting older and having to make sure you maintain standards, you will not be the same as you went in. And so brothers and sisters, I understand the struggle, and it's not easy. Now, there's more high value claims out there that you can get, but most likely a high value claim is 30% or more. Now, I did say that I was going to give you an extra at the end, and this value claim, though I didn't get a really high percentage, it's considered high value. The reason I'm putting it in as a high value is because you're able to get multiple claims on this, and that is when it comes to your back, both the higher and the lower part, because your back is not just one piece. Again, the military breaks it down. The two that I got is for my cervical and for my lumbar. Now, there's a name for the middle of your back. It's not normal. It's not on average that people actually get that VA that claim, but you can claim it. And I can't remember the name, so if you know the name for the middle of your back, please put it down in the comments below. But I know the top, the cervical, and the lower, the lumbar of your back, those are two separate percentages. And then on top of that, it is high possibility of when you have severe back pain, you can get also radiculopathy, which is something that you can't claim, but the VA actually gives to you based on the diagnosis that you receive. Okay, and I had got 20% for my lumbar and I got 20% for my cervical, but I also got radiculopathy on top of that because I have when I got my MRIs, that's what I'm saying. When you receive your MRIs, they're able to determine based on the results of your MRIs what how severe it is and if you do have radiculopathy. So I did have radiculopathy in both my lumbar and my lumbar and my cervical. Okay, so that was extra percentages on top of that. So again, I tell you, do not be afraid. If you have pain that was caused in the military, and a lot of times this is just coming out, you know, that people are actually speaking up and actually trying to help other people, that if you have pain, please claim it. Because when you leave the military, if you do not have that claim on your if you don't have that claim, that diagnosis, it will be tremendously hard for you to actually get help with that. And the VA will only treat what they acknowledge as a service-connected claim. That's why any claim matters. You look, a lot of people look at the over 30 different claims, but they don't realize a lot of those claims were 0 percentages. But I wanted to claim, I don't care if it was a 0 percentage. Why? Because now the VA has acknowledged that it is service connected, so I can go get treated by the VA for this. And that's extremely, extremely important because we all know healthcare is not getting cheaper, okay? It is not getting cheaper. And with inflammation, with inflation, we all know that it's going to continue to rise. So taking care of yourself, you know, long term is that is one of the most valuable things of your health. One of the most valuable things is your health. And I'm not just talking about physical, but I'm talking about mental as well. So please seek help. I stress it to you, brothers and sisters, because I care about every single last one of you, okay? So if this video has helped you out in any way, shape, or form, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if this can help someone that you know, please don't forget to share this video. I appreciate making another video for you all. Thank you so much to all my new subscribers. You are blessings, every single last one of you, kings and queens. And if you're thinking about it, just go ahead and join us and continue on this journey. Again, blessings to you all. Yes, this is another style. You know, I like to do my makeup and my different hairstyles, but it's like therapy for me. Being able to express myself in different ways. So it's a therapy to me, if you don't know, but I love doing it and it makes me happy, and it takes me away from everything else that I had to deal with my body and my mind and everything else. So blessings again to you all. I appreciate you, and until next video.